Hi, and welcome back to the Make It Work podcast. I'm your host, Christian Garja, and with the beautiful and lovely Tamberlyn Miller.
Hey, Maddie.
Today we have a really exciting episode. It's almost September, so we have to talk about the issues coming up.
The September issue is the most coveted, the most valued issue in fashion. If you know anything about fashion or you watch any type of fashion movies, Devil Wears Prada, the actual movie September issue, then you know this is the time in fashion.
Yes, and definitely don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all the social medias. We'll leave links everywhere. But we're going to be having content all throughout September highlighting September issues and, of course, fashion, but everything illustrious with this episode.
Yes. And all week all month of September, we're going to be coming at you, boom, with things. Because as I said, this is like Halloween time for fashion people, you know?
Oh, yeah. And it's really exciting just because, like, in September, it's like the January for fashion. You know, it's showing the fall, winter. It's getting ready for, like, what you want to be for the next year. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so exciting.
Yes. And we'll probably do like runway stuff too, but we're not going to give too much away. Let's get into what we're here to talk about this week, which is the September issue. First, we're going to do September American Vogue, who is the star of the cover is Serena Williams. And then on the flip side, it's her baby Olympia.
Oh, yeah.
With the like long Balenciaga dress that she had on the cover. So, Christian, we both read the articles. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was great. I think it was inspiring. Uplifting just because, you know, she was so ambitious. She said that, you know, like how she worked her ass off just trying to be perfect or her version of perfect, which I can relate to because I'm really hard on myself. But it really like helped her to thrive and become like the champion that she is. And it's unfortunate that, you know, as a woman, she feels like she has to choose like family life or, you know, continuing on with her tennis career. I like, as far as fashion, I thought there could have been more pictures. I was like, where are the rest of them? And the pictures that were there, I was like, what's the styling? Like, I've seen her dress like this before, but it was nothing great.
I have to say, before we even complain about the fashion, because I do have complaints.
Oh, yes.
The article for me was so sad. I grew up, I'm from LA, and like on the rise of Venus and Serena, it was huge in LA, like hometown hero style. They're from Compton. I'm from not too far away from there. And it was like every little girl wants to play tennis, especially little black girls. It's like, you're going to be Venus and Serena. And they were everywhere. And it's like the first time you get to see black women that look a certain way with certain type of bodies, you know, more athletic build, in Vogue and doing all of this fancy stuff and like, you know, being praised for a skill. It was very, very good time. So to be on the end of that as an older black woman and being like, God damn it, now she cannot even achieve her full greatness or how she feels in her mind. Yeah. Because I became a mother and I wanted to have that life too. Like nobody wants to just be all work all the time because I'm sure that's not fulfilling. Like you're hitting all these grand slams and stuff. You want somebody in the crowd clapping for you, cheering for you. You want to share the money and the vacation with someone, right? Other than your friends. But it's like, we all, us girls thinking Serena's getting her fairy tale happy ending relationship-wise, did not think that it would cause the demise of her career. And as she said so eloquently in the article, she's like, if I were a man, I wouldn't even have to be writing this. I would simply carry on with my career and a wife would carry the burden of expanding our family. That's how she said it. Oh, so yeah. It's not just I'm quitting because I feel like, and that she says she don't like the term retirement. So I'm going to call it quitting because she's giving it up. I'm quitting this thing that I love so much. That's been like the cornerstone of who I am since I've been a teenager. Because I feel like I'm doing the mom thing now with the baby that I got. But if I want to do any more, it's not going to work. This baby almost took me out the game. I almost died. Like coming back to the tennis game, I could not play at my full self. I was 7 months pregnant playing in the other championship. Like we can't keep doing this.
That's amazing that she did all that.
Incredible. Yes. But it's like so sad that you really have to decide. And people, it's annoying because I feel like my whole life, especially being a child of the 90s, there were these women wearing these ugly, bright colored suits saying, you can have it all. You can be a mom, you can have a career, you can dress awesome, you can find the love of your life, and you can have it all, ladies. And it put us in this championship style competition of having it all. And here we are at the woman at the top of her career. Literal, like records broken. And she's saying, look, you can't have it all. You got to decide. I have to give this up and get an office job so I can be home. Potentially one of the greatest tennis players of all time is going to be a venture capitalist now.
Oh, yeah, that's so crazy. I didn't even know that she had that. But it's also sad because, you know, she's so great. But then there's still that one record. I forgot who it was. But, you know, that comparison. So she's like, I'm great, but there's still that one, like, gem out there that I never got. And I was like, no, like...
And you can read, like, the wanting in it, too. Like, I could have got that.
Yes. Yes.
The fashion, as we already said, to be nice, this is no shade to Serena, but it was lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like every time she does a fashion editorial, they always give her, like, whatever's around that fits. There's no custom pieces made. Nobody's going out of their way. We have never got a good tennis theme.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like here she is standing around looking strong.
Cut, you know, holds her body well, so like she looks fantastic. But it's just like that dress doesn't look great, and like it's Balenciaga, but okay.
It's a sheet. It's a big blue sheet.
Yes. And then I don't know if they could. And the accessories were minimal. They didn't have much of anything on her.
And then using a beach. What does the beach have to do with Serena Williams?
Yeah, right.
And she's telling us she's not going to play tennis no more.
Yeah, and I think it was that first picture. No, it was maybe the second one, where she was standing up against something, and I was like, "What is this? Like a massive, like giant-sized beanbag?" Like the prop was weird. I didn't understand it.
Strange. And then you have her giving us slight abandoned shipwreck vibes too. I don't know what that was about. But why couldn't we get her at one of the great tennis courts that she's been on, like sitting in the stands, feet up, in a cool outfit, on the tennis court? You know, giving us a sort of, you know, I'm done style in a ball gown or something fancy. Where was the team of Beyonce?
Yeah, where's the creative? Just because I definitely, you know, if she's going out and this is like her goodbye, and if she, you know, go with something royal, the queen, something, I don't know.
So many ideas that y'all you fumbled, as the kids say.
Yeah. Call us when you need help.
Call us. And we don't have to come to the shoot. I know how you are about protecting your celebrities. People get very dicey with that. You can send us an email and we will send you back a mood board, a vision board. That's Fit 'em Studios. We got a quick turnaround and we'll help you out. Because that was very lackluster.
I guess we can segue into our second cover, which was also like the same. It was like triumphant, but also depressing. And it was Linda Evangelista on the British Vogue.
British Vogue, shout out to Edward Info, who also styled the shoots. He's the one. That's why there's creativity over there and not elsewhere. Sorry, Anna Wintour.
Yeah, the fashion looked great.
Poor Linda Evangelista. Now, before we talk about this, I don't know, Christian. I want to get your opinion. Are we going to feel sorry for the fallen supermodel? You know, she aged and she made a poor beauty decision and things occurred. Or are we going to say this is the natural progression of life? Nobody stays 22, 25 forever. And you decided, Linda, to go and hide in the house while your homegirls, Naomi and everybody else was been out here making that money the best way they can. They're not fighting with the young girls. They're not in competition with the Kendall Jenners.
No. Like, they're in a whole other league.
A whole other league. Call me when the set is already put together, the clothes are picked out. I'll be there 5 minutes before the cameraman starts clicking. She
talks about it in there. She, like, stopped working, but Naomi, didn't she also adopt? And the others, like, have children?
Yes.
Like, they continue to work.
They continue to work.
And Naomi, she still looks fantastic. Like,
incredible.
Why did she have to go to, or why did she feel the need to go to, like, cosmetic surgery?
Mm-hmm. Even though it was, like, non-invasive. And that, I feel like, I don't want to say excuse, but that's kind of her, like, little reason throughout the article. Like, well, I didn't know. And it said, and the commercials were talking to me. It was non-invasive, but all of this stuff comes with a risk. If you got a bunch of fillers in your face, that comes with a risk.
Yes.
Ladies.
I don't know.
Also, I want to know, as a rich girl, as a rich woman, supermodel, famed, all these friends connections. How come you didn't call anyone and be like, hey girl, I see you looking good at the whatever show. What are you doing? Who's your guy? Why would you
Yeah, I
just
feel
go
like they're
to...
such good friends. Like, why aren't you using these resources? Like, and I didn't know that her like son is a son of a like what billionaire?
The Keurig,
Yeah, group.
like that man is rich.
Yes, like ask him for some peasant money and then petty cash. I
I'm
don't know.
sure you don't even got to ask him for no money. I'm sure he sets you adrift with the whole stack of money and gold bars. Like, go on ahead. Especially when you have a son for a rich man. I feel like they value that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go over there
But
with
I
my
did
son,
like in the
be
article.
beautiful.
I did like in the article how she said that, you know, she's like such a hands-on mom. Actually, both ladies, so her and Serena, they like are so hands-on and like
They were both very like hands-on moms to the fact of, you know, they're going to step away a little bit or reduce certain activities they're doing to be more in the motherhood role. However, it seemed like Linda Evangelista took a turn for the worse in doing that because it was like she didn't have a good balance of her personal life and her home, and her son even noticed that she was super depressed and sad. And he's like, remember when you used to be happy? Remember when we used to have fun? Like, now you just stay in your room, be sad because you're not fine anymore.
But it's like natural, and so it's so crazy. Like we're just always constantly like searching for youth. Oh yeah, which is, you know, so sad. I loved how like in the article she addressed that, you know, in the editorial shots that were shot by Stephen Meisel, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
she was saying,
she said, you know, Pat McGrath, how it's like she stretched her skin back and she realizes, you know, this is a fantasy. We're giving them a story. We're serving some looks, but this is not her reality. And she addresses it. Like she's aware of everything. I feel like that's healthy. She says that, you know, she doesn't know if it's the best for her to be, you know, having the makeup and the stretching of the skin and everything for the images, but she feels like that's something that she wants and needs to do.
okay, the craziest part for me about this is you, and it's what older Black people say all the time, you were doing too much, going out and getting all this stuff done to yourself, trying to look like the pictures of yourself from before that probably weren't even 100% accurate, but you're comparing yourself to the image that they created of you. Because that's what's everywhere. I'm sure you're not going and digging through your Polaroids and looking at your, like, you know, in the party, chilling at home pictures of yourself. You're looking at these edited, blown up, big old campaign images of yourself, all of this stuff. You could have been doing these little small temporary cosmetic stuff on set the whole time.
Yep.
But you want it to be perfect. Now, I get how, okay, you have to try to accept yourself in this new state. And yeah, going to these shoots and letting them poke and prod at you might not be the best for your mental health. But at the same time, if looking good is that detrimental to your, I don't know, your physical and your mental state, maybe you could be doing this at home from time to time. Like put a little tape, put a little elastic so you can feel cute. So you won't be staying in your house for years and years.
I guess we should just all just accept we're aging.
And she's like, my
Madonna.
body is fully covered. Oh, Madonna. Linda Evangelista saying in all the looks, her body is fully covered. Duh, you're like in your 50s. We don't expect to see you in a bikini.
Yeah, I think she's like 57, right?
Girl, you are my grandma age. Yeah. We don't expect you to have it all out.
But she looks great. I wonder how old is Naomi Campbell?
Naomi Campbell, she's like
50, right?
53. Yeah.
She looks great too.
But I feel like Naomi Campbell is a different type of lady. You know, she takes her beauty and her well-being seriously. That's how she makes money. Yes.
Yes. Yes. But like she should be vain because that is her bread and butter. And she mentions this is also like Linda's. Like that's her job.
What I thought was so interesting about that when she was, you know, in the article saying how she looks is so, well, the person that wrote the article was saying it's hard for a person to change it up when most of their adult life, their looks have directly equated to how much money they have.
Mm-hmm.
If you were aware of that, I saw Naomi Campbell. I think she mentors like Bella Hadid and a couple of other young girls. She's very strict and straight up with them about that. Like, what do you mean you're not taking care of your skin? What do you mean you don't go to the gym this many times a week? Like, why aren't you going to this person? Why aren't you doing that? How you look is how you get paid. Are you dumb?
Well,
She's
like
like
J-Lo,
scrubbing down.
like all the stars. It's like, this is your job. She would have gotten fired from her job. And she did. That's why she didn't book any jobs.
Look, people were making fun of Naomi Campbell, acting like she was crazy pre-COVID when she was getting on these private planes. She was scrubbing down everything. She had her mask and this. And she's like, my skin is how I make money. I can't do it. I don't sleep in rooms that have AC. I feel like it damages the skin. She has all these rules. If you're not going to follow it like that, don't be mad that she's still booking jobs at 70 and you're not.
Yes. She does what it takes. And I think she's also like, she's sober, like she doesn't drink and she drinks the water. And I remember a couple of years ago, she went on some weird diet just because.
Yes, J-Lo, she has like all the expensive skincare routines. She's always on the latest and greatest workout regimen. Mm-hmm. She says she sleeps as much as possible.
Jealous.
Jealous. And she really put her best foot forward. That's sloth life. Laying down covered in La Mer creams, just mummified.
Yes, don't let her fool you. She's not wearing this J-Lo beauty stuff.
Oh, absolutely not. I feel like we all know that at this point, right? That the celebrity skincare people aren't wearing their own stuff.
No, absolutely not.
It's not possible.
Well, somebody else just came out or announced that they're coming out with a brand of their own. Like she just came out with hers. Oh, Ariana Grande, she came out with her own like body. Beauty. Yeah.
I guess everybody's got.
I guess that's like the next thing. Yeah.
Hailey Bieber has hers.
Right. And she's getting sued because she used Rhode, which, Rhode fashion that already exists. And it's like, for the name.
It sucks because that's her name. But what can we do? Rich people problems.
Someone already had it. Yes.
Justin Bieber pay that lawsuit for you, Hailey, and then you go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
In final cover, we are going to talk about the very entertaining, sometimes confusing, Bad Bunny. Yes. Do we know Bad Bunny's real name?
Mm-hmm. Benito Antonio. I forgot the rest of it.
Okay.
But yes,
that's a
Benito.
Puerto Rican name for us. Benito.
They did emphasize in the article about like non-conforming to like gender norms and how he pushes the envelope. I thought the fashion could have been more pushing, but I guess it is the US market. Mm-hmm. So they have to be cognizant of that. And so like water it down. But the fashion was just okay.
I mean, it's Harper though. Like, so don't you kind of expect old lady fashion? Because that's what he was.
I just want something prettier. Like, I don't know.
Old woman in her garden with all that white dress on.
Yes, that was like the most interesting image. Mm-hmm. And of course, that was the cover. The rest of it was just like pantsuit.
Yeah. Style-wise, do you feel like Bad Bunny could go an Elton John type of route? Hispanic, Latino Elton John. Because there's a lot there that nobody else has done.
I think it could. I don't know. He's such a weird like anomaly because, like the Latino culture is known for its machismo. And somehow he's like gotten away with, riding that fine line. And so like, isn't he like bisexual or fluid or something?
Yes, but you want me to tell you why I think he's slipping and he's sliding through? I had an office mate. She's a Mexican girl, and she loved Bad Bunny. Mm-hmm. Like Bad Bunny stickers on the nipples at Coachella. Love Bad Bunny. And she's like, all of us girls, we notice it. Like we see his nail polish and him dyeing his hair and stuff. We just try to ignore it. The men, I feel like he attracts too many girls and he has them like naked, twerking on the handstand and all that. So they're like, it's fine. Like, let him do whatever he wants. More girls for us. Like, yeah, get crazy, ladies. Bad Bunny's here.
I don't know. But yeah, it mentioned it in the article about how he like wants to do, he does everything that he wants. Mm-hmm. I thought the article, it seemed, maybe just like in the writing or the voice that I read it in, it seemed kind of aloof. Like, I don't care about being a billionaire. And, of course, he's already rich and he doesn't really have to worry about it. It seemed more like I have to do this interview. It's this cover. I deign to do it.
To me, I got a lot of that vibe too, but I feel like it's feigned aloofness and it's feigned I don't care and trying to be nonchalant. Because after every time you made this bold pronouncement of like, oh yeah, I don't really care about dressing this way or that way or what people think about me. Oh, but now that I have money and fame, I can do what I want and I'm enjoying that. I don't really care about being a billionaire, but I'm doing all of these things and I opened a restaurant. And hey, if $1 billion comes, it comes. But I'm not like, sir, Be real with yourself.
Yes. You're trying.
It's fine to say that you're trying. It's fine to say that you want to be a cultural icon. It's fine.
Yes.
Why are you trying to act
And he's already
cool?
breaking records. Yes. And it mentioned David in the article about how he's like most streamed the last 2 years, and his release has done higher numbers than Drake and Beyonce, and I don't see why you have to compare them, but anyway.
It's pretty crazy. And then I forgot, 183 million streams on Spotify the first day it was released.
Oh yeah, yeah.
More than Beyonce, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and BTS, the Korean pop group. He makes songs that aren't just strictly dancing. He makes songs about like domestic violence, about politics in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's completely selling out even who he is to get all this success. So why fake, like in the article, that you aren't who you are?
And you do have to find it admirable is that he does use his voice for good causes, and whether he's bringing things to light. And also he does celebrate the Puerto Rican country and the culture and fellow Puerto Ricans, like uplifting these like smaller artists so that, they have a better platform to be recognized.
Yes, but I think that he does an excellent job in Puerto Rico. Like he stopped his performance and said a couple of things about, this is the only country where I have to bring 15 generators because we can't trust the power, middle fingers up to Luma. You have fame and stuff in America as well. And Puerto Rico, for lack of a better word, is an American colony. It's fine to be on stage and to let your people know that you care about their issues and like make pronouncements like that. It would be better that when you were in America to talk to America, because we're the ones causing the problems for them. And maybe you want to walk that line a little bit, but they can't deport you because we stole Puerto Rico from y'all. So what are they going to do? Send you to New York City? They can't kick you out. Say what you need to say, Bad Bunny. Be like, hey, mainland, if you're not going to take care of us, you're not going to look out for the island, let us go. Let us be on our own. We're the reason that y'all got the shady electric contracts and all that after. You seen Trump out there throwing paper towels at people. Like, talk to the real person. That's the problem.
And I feel like he has a big enough platform that he could really like start a movement to like really help the people there.
He could go to Congress. They let Trevor Noah and they let Hassan Minaj and anybody else go to Congress and say their little piece. Bad Bunny go in there, Balenciaga hot pink glasses on, hair crazy. And let these old white people know you're not playing with them. I'll make a song about y'all too. In Spanish, you won't even know what's going on. Oh yeah, that's one thing else they highlighted in the article is that like, he has this huge like crossover, not even crossover, like fame. It's just that he's never done anything in English, but he's still so like massive. That's pretty crazy because I know for sure growing up, like in the MTV CRL era, everybody that even had a little bit, they had to do both. Oh yeah. Because it's like, the American people aren't going to know what you're saying, or we're not going to be able to market that here. So make the Spanish album and then, the rest of it. Yeah, and there's like enough Spanish speaking people. And like the last, however many years, so many like even white artists like Justin Bieber or even Beyonce, like hopping on like a Spanish track. Because like it's a huge market. Yeah, they call it world It's like an untapped market for them. Yeah, yes. Because so much more of the world speaks these other languages, Spanish specifically. So many countries have people that speak Spanish. Why wouldn't that be the more popular music? Especially if you're like rap and you're mixing the two things. So I'm going to rap in Spanish and it's going to be cool. And I'm doing different things. So it's like I'm mirroring the popular music from everywhere and just making my style of it. I was talking with some of my friends the other day and I was like, well, he raps, but he's not a rapper. And he doesn't sing because he doesn't have like a great voice. His voice can be very monotone. I didn't really care for his like voice until this last album. But so he's like Fergie. where he like sing talks. Fergalicious is hot. Yes. His songs do give me a slight Fergalicious glamorous vibe. Yeah, and they're great songs. I don't know. I didn't really care for him until this last album. His voice can be a bit grating, and a lot of the songs can be very similar to one another. So it's great with this last album to see like variation. As an American non-Spanish speaker, Spanish 2 speaker, okay, because I got the basics. I feel like when I'm listening to these songs that it's just one long song. And I'm like, am I being racist? Is this what the kids are talking about? Am I too old? Because I hear that he's using different words and the beat slightly changes sometimes. But I feel like I've been listening to the same song for 15 minutes.
Well, even being like a Mexican American, my friend just pointed out the other day, or she sent me a thing about TikTok and about like all these other words that like Puerto Ricans have, that are spoken by Puerto Ricans rather than like,
like slang?
the entire community. Yes, pretty much. Or like
Okay.
colloquialisms. So, and it's a lot. And that's why sometimes I'm like, what are they saying? Like, I don't even know.
He's making this up. This is not no real word. That's how you feel.
Yes. Like, what does that mean? I was like, okay, I'll just bop along to it.
I know like 3 of his songs, and I know one of them, he says no contacto a lot, and I know that means don't contact me, don't bother me, so I like that one.
We'll keep that one. Yes. Okay.
Also, I love when he does songs with American people or, American artists, because I feel like it makes them expand their skill a little bit. Because, he doesn't ever do English. So the biggest hit is probably like I Like It with Cardi B. I want him to do more with other girls.
Yeah. He did do something with J-Lo.
Okay.
And that was a minor hit for her. Oh, another thing about the article, back to the issue, was that I thought it even like read like it was emailed. Like they didn't sit down whereas with Linda, the author, she was like, oh yeah, like I showed up to her shoot. She couldn't meet with me. Her nails were drying. We met the next day. We had lunch. We talked and there were tears at one point. It was just like, matter of fact, it seemed like somebody messaged him the questions and he sent back his answers, but he was too worried about not becoming, but trying to become a billionaire.
Also, I got that vibe too. The specific line that made me feel like this was the email when they asked him about the collaboration album with J Balvin. He was like, this isn't worth answering. Like, I know you didn't say that to somebody's face.
Yes, that was when I was like, oh, this is so rude. Why would you say that to somebody?
I know you didn't. I know you typed that.
Yeah, like, why would you say that? And also, like, if it's maybe they're going to go back to the do a second album, why not just be, like, vague? Like, maybe no, maybe yes.
Yeah,
like,
only
that's
time
a dumb
will
question.
tell. Straight, yeah. Or, me and J Balvin, we're cool. Anything could happen. You want straight up, next. So for the September issue, what are other magazines that people should read that we did not include here because we can't talk about everybody? Mine is going to be Elle. Go check out whatever Elle has going on in September.
Was it ID?
Okay.
Or, yeah, something like less like mainstream, because like all the, mainstream ones are fun, unless it's like a French or like European version of like a Vogue, then everything's going to be a little bit watered down. The other ones can be like, have more fun with the fashion and the photos.
Yes, who was Millie Bobby Brown on the cover of? Hers was very fun.
Allure.
Right? Yeah. Excellent job. That was very fun. American Vogue, go over there and steal some people from their creative department. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, people. Thank you for watching this episode. It's been great. I hope you learned about September issue. This episode, we talked about Serena Williams retiring from tennis. We talked about Linda Evangelista and her unfortunate beauty situation that she's recovering from right now. Light a candle for Linda. Leave some positive comments on her IG. And we talked about the baddest Puerto Rican bad boy, Bad Bunny, and his disillusion.
How he doesn't want to be a billionaire. Yes.
Lies.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on all the platforms at Make It Work Pod.
At Make It Work Pod. And if you have any questions, suggestions, email us at makeitworkpod@gmail.com. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.